gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow. Welcome back to Hold My Bev podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me today is DTF as always. DTF. Dylan, how's it going?
It's going. It's officially the semifinal. No, wait.
Semifinal.
Semifinals.
Yeah.
Some big matchups. I'm doing well though. Draft's over with. Quite the draft, if you ask me.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting. We talked about the first round last episode. A lot of surprising picks. There were some people that I wish would have gone to different teams in the second round. And throughout the draft, Pittsburgh unfortunately had a good one.
They were graded an A+.
Yeah, as they should be. They had one hell of a draft.
Yeah. We could have been there too, but
trade.
honestly, like you look at our draft, and if you add in Deshaun Watson in the first round, Elijah Moore in the second round.
I mean, I think it was solid. It wasn't anything crazy, but when your first pick's in the third round, your draft's never going to be insane.
Yeah. I really did like the Cedric Tillman pick. He was the guy before Jalen Hyatt. Then he was injured. A lot of his highlights weren't flashy like Jalen Hyatt's, but I think he's still going to bring a big body to the wide receiver room. He's going to give, Donovan Peoples-Jones, David Bell, Elijah Moore a run for their money for that third, fourth spot. Might even be the fifth spot because they do have depth now. But I liked DeJuan Jones' pick. That was great.
I like that one. I think that one's going to be huge. Even though, they did pick up Jed's fifth year option today. Yeah. Jones could be the replacement. He's someone that they're going to have to develop a lot, but
I think though he'll see a lot of field time because I've never seen Conklin play a full season. So he could be on the right side of the line. But I mean the line's looking pretty good now with Bitonio, Teller. Now we got the center from Ohio State as well. He'll probably back up to Pochich.
Yep.
But again, another run for their money.
Yeah. Quick little shout out to Ash Jabila. I saw Juice Scruggs was picked in the second round by the Houston Texans. Shout out to the Ash Jabila man.
What happened to the other boy?
Still hasn't got picked up yet. Hopefully we'll hear something. He talked to a lot of teams, so who knows who he'll get invited by, but give him a shot, teams.
I thought it was pretty sweet. Did you see who the Browns invited to their rookie mini camp?
I don't remember his name, but I remember it's Baldwin Wallace, cornerback.
Yeah. Before the draft, he was one of those watch out fors in the draft because they thought he could have been one of the first D3 players in a while to get drafted. And everybody just kept saying, hopefully he lands with the Browns. And then we ended up snagging him in, UDFA, along with Ronnie Hickman, which was a sweet steal. He was projected to go like fifth round, and that was awesome to get him.
Oh, yeah. No, I could see him even making the roster and getting some, some snaps.
Yeah. One thing I did want to talk about, which we can get into, that Browns schedule simulator. Curious to see what you ended up picking for your schedule, but we can get into that later.
Yeah, absolutely.
What'd you think of James Drose's announcement?
Eagles, what happened?
What happened? They won the draft too.
Yeah, they did win the draft.
There was only like one big trade that happened in the draft day, draft day 2, with Swift going to the Eagles, which again, another Georgia Bulldog going to Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles.
Ezekiel Elliott is still a free agent. Some are saying he needs to come to Cleveland. I don't think that it's worth whatever he's going to be asking for him to come play behind Nick Chubb. Wanted your thoughts on that?
Uh, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, some other third down back, I wouldn't mind it. It just depends on what he's asking for money wise.
Mm-hmm.
If he takes like, I'd sign him for like 5 million for like 1 year. Give him a cheap deal.
Yeah. I mean, Kareem Hunt was a stud before we got him. So, he was fine with doing that two back set. Just don't know if Zeke's ego would let him be like that. Although, he was playing
He's
one,
kind of
two.
been doing it for a little while, and
Yeah,
he's
but
not
Nick
getting a
Chubb,
starting job now. So,
I guess Tony Pollard wasn't he a top five back this year?
mm, not top five, but he was like top 10, top 15, probably.
Really?
Yeah. No, he wasn't top five.
Let me look. Gotta get the scoop. NFL rushing leaders 2023,
While he's
2020.
looking for that, if you guys are wondering why we're wearing our jerseys tonight, I put money on the Phoenix Suns. Um, I put a little parlay on, but I had them winning the money line, and I had Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. I need them bad, so I'm wearing my Devin Booker jersey that I bought a few years ago. Um, and Dylan's wearing his Lakers LeBron jersey
Just because
just to match the energy.
I think they're gonna lose to the Warriors, but a boy can dream to see LeBron go to the finals again.
I think they have a shot.
They do, but the Warriors are just nasty right now. Oh, by
And
the way, Tony Pollard was ranked number 16 in rushing yards. So not even
I
top
wasn't too
15.
far off then.
Yeah. But some notable guys ahead of him though were Justin Fields, Tyler Algier, Ramondre Stevenson. I mean, there was just some interesting names up there. But I mean, Pollard again was sharing with Zeke, so it's like he wasn't getting everything. Zeke ended up being 22, so he was only 6 spots behind him. Um, but draft's over. Did you have some favorite picks?
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of them are Steelers.
Hmm.
So we'll go ahead and get into some of the winners right now. I'll go ahead and just start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, I mean, they got Broderick Jones. They needed a big O lineman. They ended up getting Joey Porter Jr., whose dad played for the Steelers.
Crazy.
And he, in my opinion, he's like the Asante Samuel Jr. of this class. He should have been drafted way higher than he was. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I personally wanted the Browns to draft Asante Samuel Jr. over Greg Newsome. I, I I just thought he was a better talent. And I think Joey Porter's even better than that. So I think they got an absolute steal starting off the second round. And then they somehow managed to get Darnell Washington too from Georgia.
He really fell. Not fell because he's injured, but it's gonna be probably one of those Gronk stories where Gronk was injured coming into the draft and then look at his career.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I think they have Pickett pretty well set up now, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good job by them. They're playing really aggressive compared to how they normally do.
Do I think that the AFC North is the toughest division? Not yet, because you really do have to have all four teams to be scary. But boy, is it getting scary.
I think
Now
it's one of the most interesting ones because it's like anyone could do it. It's
we're
just
all wild
who
cards.
who has that momentum.
We're all wild cards.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we always will have a wild card too.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan, who was some of your winners of this draft?
Obviously I mentioned earlier that I thought that the Eagles and the Steelers were the winners of the draft. So, we said notable day one winners were the Houston Texans, but the rest of their draft was just kind of mid. Um, I I really do think the Browns had a good draft. some people weren't giving them that much credit. Grading us at like a minus or a B plus. I don't know. I felt a lot better about the draft than some people did. But aside from the Browns, that's just my bias. Some other teams, you know, the Lions, they snuck away with some bad picks in the first round, but then they had a better couple of days afterwards. I really did like Hooker going to the Lions. That was a good pickup.
Yeah, I did too.
Um, I thought it was interesting that Max Duggins ended up going to the Chargers. Um, his playing style might be a little bit like Herbert's, so it's kind of fitting, but he's not going to see the field for a while. Truth be told, Stetson Bennett going in the fourth round, which was higher than anybody expected, and to the Rams to play behind a former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford, was almost like the perfect pick.
Well, I was gonna say I was pretty surprised that the Rams, took a swing on him in the fourth round. I think they really could have waited. Um, I really thought he was actually gonna go undrafted.
Yeah,
Um,
which would have been
but
crazy.
the Rams are at a point where like they're one Stafford injury away from,
Yeah,
being back to at the top of the draft where the Lions were supposed to pick at number six.
yeah.
Um, but I guess I mean, Stafford can't play. I mean, why not let Stetson Bennett? I mean, he's a two-time national champion. Why not give a shot on him? Fourth round pick. Expectations aren't going to be high if that's the case. So
Mm-hmm.
take a shot. I actually liked the pick when I saw it.
I think the Seahawks did great. Yeah,
Seahawks did phenomenal. They got Witherspoon and
and
JSN.
Jason.
I mean,
Mhm.
I know you weren't really too fond of the JSN pick.
Well, it's just because I wanted him close to, I wanted him at Tampa, the pick right after, or pick before, pick after, pick before,
Pick
yeah,
before.
pick before. Um, but I like that he's going to be catching from Geno Smith rather than catching from Baker Mayfield. So
Yeah.
I can't complain there. Um, just, I mean, it's gonna be sweet. He'll probably play slot. He's gonna be the third option, which is okay for your rookie year, but he's still gonna get a lot of looks. Having DK and Lockett both are tough.
Well, the thing is, he's going to be wide open.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's going to be just like when he was at
Well,
Ohio State playing with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. I mean,
yeah. And if he's not wide open, it's because they saw how Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson played this past year as a rookie, and they're going to be focused on him. And then, oh wait, DK's wide open downfield. Like it's gonna be interesting for the Seahawks, especially with Kenneth Walker coming back. I mean they got a young team, around Geno Smith. They made out in that Russell Wilson trade. Um, I think the Giants had a great draft,
Giants had a solid draft. Yeah.
getting the defensive piece they needed in Deontay Banks to just. I mean, their defense was good already, but to really lock it in, and then you go ahead and you get a lineman in the second round, and then Jalen Hyatt just fell into their hands. Did they trade up to get him?
They did trade up.
So they traded up, got him. Daniel Jones is going to have a dog on their team.
Yeah. Another winner that I'd like to talk about, it's not getting talked about enough. I actually really loved the Arizona Cardinals draft. The first round, at least.
Mm-hmm.
They got Paris Johnson Jr. for their O line. They traded back, and then traded back up to get him. But when they traded back, they got Houston's first round pick next year.
Yeah.
Not enough people are talking about the fact that Arizona could very well have a good chance of getting the number one and number two overall pick next season.
Yeah, assuming that CJ Stroud doesn't ball out. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, that division's wide open. I mean, who knows if the Houston Texans are going to be very good next year? I mean,
Who knows if the Indianapolis Colts are going to be very good next year? Who knows if Richardson's going to pan out?
exactly.
Mr. Fourth overall alien. Who knows? I don't have high trust in him yet. We have to see him on the field. I almost like Houston's chances better than theirs, but it's going to be Trevor Lawrence's division to lose.
Yeah, the thing about Richardson is if he went anywhere else, I would have a little bit more worry. I like that he went to Indianapolis because he
Well,
kind
it's
of
safe.
fits the Shane Steichen, mold.
Yeah, it's safe.
I mean, he's kind of a mixture of every quarterback that Steichen's ever worked with. He worked with Philip Rivers, Justin Herbert, Jalen
Hmm.
Hurts. I mean, it's kind of a mixture of all of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Um,
and then a sneaky one that I'd like to mention in here, Cincinnati. I thought they got an absolute steal, Miles Murphy, at the end of the first round.
yeah.
I mean, kind of taking a swing on it. Not like your super flashy first round pick, but at pick 29, that's pretty solid.
Hmm.
And then I think they drafted a running back as well.
Oh, they did.
I think they did. I can't think of his name though. Shame on me. I know you said the Lions as a winner. I actually had them as a loser.
Well,
With their first round pick. I say this faintly because I agree with you. I think the rest of their draft was very good.
hmm.
I just was very confused that they decided to go running back that high when a lot of people had Gibbs going later. And who knows, Gibbs might have been taken higher than that. And they just really wanted Gibbs bad. And,
Yeah,
that's fine. They got rid of Swift. They really just wanted rid of him. Um, they did send him to Philadelphia, which I don't know. I mean, I guess that they don't have to worry too much about him other than he's in the NFC.
yeah. The Bengals got Chase Brown from Illinois, running back, fifth round.
Yeah. Um, I had Miami, of course, had to forfeit their first round pick, not get anything for your first round pick and just it go to waste.
Hmm.
That's rough.
Yeah, they only had four picks this entire draft.
Yeah. Yeah. I think especially with the Jets becoming better, the Bills still being on top in that division, they just kind of didn't do anything to move forward with themselves in the draft. So
Hmm.
hopefully Tua comes back healthy and strong and they can make a push. Um, but wasn't really too happy about their overall draft. But only four picks. There's only so much you can do with it, especially when one of them is not even a first or a second.
They, I thought they did have a second. They did
They had a second.
second, third, sixth, seventh.
What did they trade in the Jalen Ramsey trade then?
Couldn't tell you.
A third? Do they have two thirds?
Must have.
I'm trying to remember what they traded in that.
Probably what they got for no, I don't know. So you brought up your favorite team aside from the Browns. My other favorite team, the Buccaneers, they ended up getting Cody Mauk from North Dakota State. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I seen the picture. He started off as a tight end and ended up as an offensive tackle.
He's a beast. And I think it was fitting for him. He's gonna be Redbeard the Pirate playing with the Buccaneers. They're gonna he's gonna be a good player.
He's gonna become the new Buccaneer mascot.
Yeah. And I know another notable pick was Yaya Diaby from Louisville. He's a defensive end, third rounder. Dog. Um, there's a couple I did want to bring up before I forget. I'm just going through the list here. Let's see.
What Buccaneers picks?
No, just picks in general.
Oh, while you're looking for one,
Yeah,
Washington Commanders.
yeah.
Um, it's not so much that I hated the Forbes pick. I just thought Christian Gonzalez was a much better choice. Forbes is going to be a good player, but it's really, banking a lot on now Forbes, who you probably could have gotten the second round, being better than Christian Gonzalez, who got stolen by the Patriots.
Yeah.
Absolutely stolen.
Well, they're laughing when they when he was still on the board.
What, Christian Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. I think he's going to be phenomenal. Um, I also didn't like that they really didn't get much help for Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett, whoever's going to be the starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to ask yourself as a Commanders fan, like, was saving this pick for Forbes really worth not attempting for Lamar even?
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Yeah, I was very confused. So I personally think it was still worth going for Lamar.
Where is this guy? Sewell or Sewell. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
Noah Sewell.
No,
That's
the
the
guy
guy.
from Oregon.
Yeah,
Where did he go?
he went to, oh, I
Was
know.
it Chicago?
I think so.
Yeah, Noah Sewell. So when I saw his name pop up in the draft, I was like, "Oh, that guy's good." Wasn't he supposed to be one of the better linebackers in his draft?
Yeah, he ended up falling off pretty bad.
Yeah, he fell to the fifth round. But I remembered too, his brother was that lineman for the Lions who caught that pass and got the first down late in the game against the Bills, I believe it was, or the Vikings. Um, I just remember them talking about, but the name, I was like, I thought that guy was supposed to go higher in the draft. But let me see if there's anybody else here. I just couldn't believe how many picks the Rams got. Like they had probably the most picks in this draft.
Yeah, for literally trading them all.
Mm-hmm. Baltimore, as always, gets some sneaky good players. you,
I think Zay Flowers is overrated, personally.
you think?
Yeah. I don't know if he's an NFL guy.
We'll see if it pans out. Oh, shout out Ohio State. Zach Harrison, defensive end, ended up going to the Atlanta Falcons, which was a good pick for them. Their defense has not been good in the few years past. So shout out them. Shout out Jose Ramirez. He got drafted. Did you see that?
I did see that
To the
Tampa.
Buccaneers, outside linebacker. But yeah, going down the list for the Browns, Cedric Tillman, Siaki Ika, Juwan Jones, Isaiah McGuire, Dorian Thompson Robinson, which was an interesting pick. Cameron Mitchell was awesome to see because Greg Newsome played with him, right? And
Yeah, he
then
did.
Luke Weipler from Ohio State. The Dorian Thompson Robinson. It was reported
DTR,
that
man. I love DTR.
yeah, that's gonna be interesting to play with Deshaun and Josh Dobbs. I wonder if he gives Dobbs a run for second, like second string.
Probably. I would say he will. I love DTR. He has a huge arm. Huge arm and just a freak athlete.
I think it was the right move. You're getting the future out of the fifth rounder. I mean, not to
Picked
say
him a
he,
little high in my opinion, but I had a feeling he was going to go to the Browns.
so did I. I didn't see us picking up any other quarterback in the draft.
No.
Well, with that being said, where do you think Caleb Williams falls for next year's draft? Do you think he goes one overall?
Absolutely. As long as he doesn't absolutely choke this season, probably. Just depends on who has that pick too.
Mm-hmm. That's
Because who
true.
knows? It could be the Titans for all we know. They could stink up the joint.
Yeah, how bad would it be if it was like the Texans or the Panthers?
Oh, it'd be good for them.
Well,
They could trade that first overall pick and gain more picks.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, they got their guy, but
Yeah.
then a whole year goes by and their guy wasn't the guy.
Yeah, and this next draft class should be better than this one too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when I tell you I'm so excited for Marvin Harrison Jr.,
Oh yeah, he's gonna take the league by storm, I think.
he's gonna go to the Colts.
I hope not.
Hey, if the Colts are bad enough,
That is true.
that'll be one pick that I will look forward to.
It would okay. This sounds crazy and makes me sound like a terrible Browns fan. For whatever reason, if like Deshaun, like Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper get hurt, tank for Marvin. We have our first round pick next year.
Oh, we do. It was
Yeah.
just this year.
Yep.
What? It was only one. It was only one first rounder.
We got no. We gave him last year's too. They had
Oh,
our pick last year.
that's right. That's right.
But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, we have our own first round pick this year. This upcoming draft.
Good. Well, let's hope it's pick 32.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and break down these projected schedules. So the Browns put out this fun thing where they're having fans predict the schedule for a chance to win a autographed Myles Garrett jersey. So me and Dylan went ahead and entered it. Dylan, I'll let you start first with this one.
Are we going week by week, or are we just doing the full thing? It
Uh
probably makes
we'll
more sense.
go we'll go week by week.
Oh, you want to?
Or do you want to just name them all?
I'd rather just name them all.
All right, let's do it.
Because I'm curious how your brain works with this. So right off the bat, week 1, I do at Denver. I think we start on the road. Week 2, home against the Bears. Week 3 at Seattle. Week 4, home against Pittsburgh. Week 5 at Los Angeles. Week 6 at Cincinnati. Week 7, home against the Jaguars. Week 8, home against the San Francisco 49ers. Week 9 at the Texans. Week 10, home against the Titans. Week 11 at the Steelers. Week 12, home against the Cardinals. Then we finally get a bye week on the 13th week. Week 14, home against the Jets. And by then, Aaron Rodgers will be injured. Week 15 at the Ravens. Week 16, home against the Bengals. Week 17 at Indianapolis, and week 18 home against the Ravens.
I was so surprised that I did not get one of yours.
At all?
Not at all.
Wow.
I don't think so, unless I just completely missed it. I have the Browns starting on the road in Houston.
Which makes sense.
And then week 2, I have them playing the Jets again at home, same as last year. Week 3, same as last year, playing Pittsburgh at home. Week 4 on the road in LA against the Rams. Week 5 again on the road in Seattle against the Seahawks. Week 6 home against the 49ers. Week 7 home against the Titans. Then we get a bye week 8. And then week 9 away against Cincinnati. Week 10 home against the Cardinals. Week 11 home against the Bears. Then we get week 12 at Indianapolis, which I believe we're planning on going to.
Yep.
Week 13, home against the Ravens. Week 14, home against the Bengals. Week 15, away against Denver. Week 16, away against Pittsburgh. Week 17, home against the Jaguars. And then week 18, away against the Ravens.
See, week 18 we had reversed.
Yes.
Hmm.
They're playing the Ravens at the end of the season. That's all I know.
Yeah. It's always one of the 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's always a divisional game.
I wish they gave us the dates because that would help me think a little bit better. Because I always feel like around Halloween, like last year, we played the Bengals on Halloween, and we played the Steelers in years past on Halloween, like the Halloween weekend. The first 3 weeks are always interesting because I feel like we always get an NFC team at home, and AFC matchup that doesn't matter. So I kind of liked how you had the Jets at home again,
Yeah.
but I just don't see us having a um Browns Jets game outside of prime time this year. I think it's
Well, who
gonna
knows if that's not prime time?
okay, so week two, it's prime time Thursday night football. Are there so until we can't predict the schedule. Who knows what they're gonna do? But looking at our opponents, do you see any of these matchups being Sunday or Monday night football worthy outside of the typical Browns versus Steelers, Browns Ravens, Browns Bengals? Because
Um,
you're guaranteed one of those to be prime time.
yeah. Um, Unfortunately, and it's the game that I kind of hope isn't prime time, other than the fact that I think would win. Um, Week 7, where I have the Browns facing the Titans at home. I think that could be a Amazon Thursday night football game.
Mm,
Because
ouch.
they always got the shit matchups on Thursday for the most part.
All right. If we're gonna go shit matchups for Thursday night, I'll go Browns Broncos.
Okay, I like that one.
Even though it'll be Russell Wilson versus Deshaun, Browns Broncos,
You got two big names, yeah.
I still think it's shit.
Oh, yeah.
I think if we're to have any sort of Sunday night matchup, that's going to be your Browns Ravens. Monday night football though, which could be interesting. That's where I see like the Jets. I think the Jets Browns could be Monday night football.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm actually switch swap with you. I think, well, no. I think Sunday night football could be the Browns versus Bengals away. And I think Monday night football would be um Browns versus Steelers at Cleveland.
okay. So our primetime games last year was Thursday night football against Steelers at home, Monday night football against the Bengals at home. Um, we also played.
I think those are the only primetime games.
Oh, no, we had a Saturday game too. Well,
Uh yeah, against the Saints.
no, that was one of two. We also didn't we also play the Ravens on a Saturday night?
Yes. Yes, we did.
I was gonna say I thought
That was the one we won.
yeah, we played two Saturdays in a row. Um, so that was it. Everything else was daytime.
I do not like the
Um,
Saturday night games.
no, they're stupid.
No, it just doesn't feel right.
Even like
And then I have to sit in my sorrows Sunday watching all the other teams play.
I don't know though. I kind of like when I have my whole Sunday to watch whatever. I usually just watch Red Zone, and then that's just like gold for fantasy to not have to worry about the Browns. Whenever we play on Thursday or Saturday, my Sundays are so nice because it's just stress free football. But
So
if
see, I'm almost the opposite. I like watching those games before the Browns. It gets me hyped for the Browns game.
okay, makes sense. Yeah, we got to beat the Jets this year. We play them week one of the preseason in the Hall of Fame game. That's not going to be a tell of how we're going to play this year.
No, I
Well,
just want to watch DTR.
we do have to get tickets for that though because I don't think I'll get them from my season tickets.
Oh, really? Because
I
it's
don't
not
think
at First Energy.
because it's not a First Energy
Well, no,
Brown Stadium.
Cleveland Brown Stadium.
So what I think will happen is they're going to give season ticket holders first access. I think. I
Okay.
mean, unless it's a complete third party NFL, organized event where we don't even get first access, I'll still try to find us seats. Should be cheap.
It might not because it's at the Football Hall of Fame.
I've gotten
If I
tickets
remember correctly,
before.
they kind of wax.
I don't know. I've gotten tickets there before, and I don't remember it being horrible when it was
Oh,
the
really?
Cowboys Cardinals. shitty game.
No,
I went to watch Zeke and Zeke didn't play.
jeez.
But the good news is we don't have a first rounder. So most of our rookies should play, and we'll at least see guys like the Baldwin Wallace cornerback and Ronnie Hickman is going to ball out.
Yeah.
We'll get training camp tickets for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, I'm pumped, man. This season's going to be great.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Well, do you want to talk about some NBA now? Let's get off some football.
Yeah, I got to get to my dinner, so let's talk.
All right. So, first round, Cavs didn't do too hot, lost in five to the Knicks. Don't really want to talk too much on that, other than Jarrett Allen might be traded. Um, Now I'm thinking about it. Did we talk about the first round already? We
I'm
did.
pretty sure.
Okay. Only series we didn't talk about is the Warriors and Kings that just finished up yesterday.
Yeah.
Um, Kings have a bright future. That's all I can take from that. De'Aaron Fox got hurt. That hurt them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And also you played Steph Curry that almost dropped, well, did drop 50 on your team. Um, Not much you can do about that. Um, let's just
It
go
was,
ahead and skip right into the second round.
it was in our title, Cavs struggle with Knicks.
Yeah, that is true. Um, let's go ahead and get in the semifinal. First matchup, Celtics versus Sixers. Embiid's out for tonight, already for game one. But the Celtics they kind of struggled with the Hawks a little bit. Um, what do you see this series going?
Realistically, Celtics will take game one tonight. Um, if Embiid's healthy, I think it's gonna be a 6 game series, but Celtics in six.
I think Embiid missing tonight is huge. I also, though, have Celtics in six. I could easily see this being Celtics in five, but they won't sweep them.
No sweep.
No sweep. Um, let's see. Knicks versus Heat. Heat took game one,
Yeah,
in
I
Madison Square
I
Garden.
I don't think anybody's beating the Heat right now.
So you think the Heat are going to sweep?
Mm, so Randall's supposed to miss what, 1 or 2 games?
One for sure. He'll probably be questionable game two.
I just they cleaned out the Bucks. I think they could sweep.
I think the Knicks get one game. Somehow, some way, they come out with one game, but still Heat in five. Could be a sweep, though. Could be a sweep. I think the Heat are a much better team, but I also thought the Cavs were a much better team.
Yeah.
But the Heat also match up way better to the Knicks than the Cavs did. Um, then we get Lakers versus Warriors. What's your outlook on that?
Warriors in five.
Oh, Warriors in five. I have Lakers in seven. I think this is going to be an absolute dog fight.
Well, this is the best series of the entire playoffs, if you ask me, because this is the King of Kings and then Mr. Stephen Curry, which he has 4 rings now. If he were to sneak out and get a ring this year again, he'd be tied with LeBron. When do we start talking about Steph Curry being up in the GOAT talk with him, Kobe, and Michael?
I don't know. He might even be there right now, honestly.
I think he's just been too dominant for this entire decade not to consider, but he's still enemy number one.
Oh
Me
yeah.
and LeBron James forever. I know other people will disagree, but including yourself. But I think the Warriors win this series.
All right. Yeah, I got Lakers in seven. Really could go either way. I just think I don't know. I feel like they just have more momentum than the Warriors do. The Warriors are really playing off of one person.
Well, that when you've got Jordan Poole and Wiggins combined like 9 for 34 or something, not good. And that
Exactly.
was just game 7. I mean, that's just game 7. But when you've got, a whole band of starters I mean, Looney's killing it on the boards. He's like averaging like 18 rebounds this past series.
He's
But yeah,
not going to get that over Anthony Davis.
no, who is knock on wood healthy right now?
Yeah.
That's most important is who's healthiest. And a healthy LeBron and AD are probably better than that Warriors team.
Yeah.
But
At this point in time, at least.
it's gonna get scrappy. I think Draymond gets ejected one game at least.
Probably. Let's see. We got Nuggets versus Suns. Nuggets took game one by surprise. They actually blew out the Suns.
It's gonna be Nuggets in 4.
Whoa. Nuggets in four. I don't know about that.
Nuggets in 4.
I got Suns in six. I don't think they get swept. I think the Nuggets are gonna play this tough, but I think they're gonna get one bad loss and it's gonna just go straight down the Rocky Mountains for them.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm surprised you said Nuggets sweep. That's crazy. I respect it though. But that's pretty much it for this episode. Dylan, did you have anything else to say?
As always, here at Hold My Bev, where we hold bevs and hold bets and talk about other things, we like to gamble responsibly. So make sure you gamble responsibly. And if you or a loved one might be in trouble, call 1-800-GAMBLER. We love you guys.
Peace. Make sure to follow us on all our social media, Twitter, Instagram, at Hold My Bev. And then make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, you hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications for future updates. Love you guys.